Thank you, Laura. Okay, so we'll basically just be going over um, essentially talking a little bit about AHC. I'll tell you guys a little bit about summer camp. I'll tell you a little bit about the volunteer agreement that you all will sign later on. We'll go on to breakout rooms in the very end or the last half of the orientation, so you guys can get some more information about what camp will be like, get your contact info with your center staff, the staff at your center, and just get a little bit more details. Okay, so AHC is an affordable housing development company. We have 50 plus properties all throughout DC, Maryland, Virginia. There's properties in Arlington, Alexandria, Silver Spring, all throughout Maryland, and Baltimore, and in DC as well. So each of these buildings are an apartment complex. So there's residents that live at all of these buildings. There's about 8,200 homes and about 18,000 people that live throughout all of HC's 50 properties. So a lot of people. There's 6 education centers as well at 6 of these properties, obviously, and lots of really great resident services programs that take place at all of those education centers and just those community centers as well. Oopsie. Okay, so HC has a year-round education program that takes place at, again, all of their 6 centers. So they run from kindergarten to 12th grade. There's a middle school program, a high school program, and then obviously an an elementary program. There's also a middle school and high school summer camp, and you all will be obviously be helping with the elementary summer camp. So again, all of these programs take place at the community centers, 6 of them at each property. We, as the Resident Services Department, put together a lot of really good programs for the students. There's food distributions that take place on a weekly basis, food and grocery delivery that takes place weekly. There's holiday events that happen during the fall time, during the winter time, and then also really great events, obviously, like summer camp. So it's really great that you guys decided to help and be a part of it for this year. So camp kind of combines both learning and fun. You guys know that there's pool days, there's field trip days, there's days that you'll go to the zoo, which is fun. There's days where you'll get in the pool, which is also fun. And then the theme this year is bugs, which is really cute. So you guys as volunteers will really just be supporting staff with a variety of things, but you'll also have the opportunity to kind of come up with your own ideas. If you have anything that you've done personally, maybe at a summer camp before that you thought was really fun and you think students would really like, feel free to tell the staff at your center and kind of pass it along. Or anything that you just come at all, you'll have the opportunity to definitely lead activities, support activities. I have heard at summers past that there was one volunteer who knew a lot about Japanese culture, and so they decided to put together a sushi making event, but instead of using obviously fish and raw fish and veggies, they used PB&J. So it was really cute. So they brought all the supplies and all the materials to make it. So if you come up with anything fun, creative that you think the students would really enjoy, by all means, bring it up to the staff at your center, and then we'll see if we can make it happen. So there's 6 weeks of camp, as you all know. It takes place from July 8th to August 14th. It runs Monday through Thursday, and there's no camp on Friday. So camp runs from 12:30 to 5:30, Monday through Thursday. And then there will be a pool day and a field trip day once a week. So pool day will either take place on a Monday or Tuesday. When you go out to your breakout rooms, the staff at your center will let you know what day is pool day. And then field trip day always takes place on a Thursday. And then I'll talk about this later again when we go for the volunteer agreement because we kind of touch on this again later. But if you can't make camp that day for any reasons at all, just make sure you reach out to the staff at your center, making sure we're all on the same page, making sure we're communicating, all that good stuff. Okay, so this is the camp agreement that I need everyone to sign, or I would like everybody to sign. So you can go ahead and scan this QR code with your phone. If you are watching this on your phone now, I'll go ahead and put a link in the chat that you can click on and you can fill it out there.
I just did that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll essentially keep talking while you all fill that out. Hopefully my talking does not interrupt you while you're reading in your head. Okay. So when it comes to attendance, obviously, like I said before, just please make sure that you're reaching out to your site staff if you can't come in at all. If emergencies happen, sometimes you're sick, just making sure you're reaching out to the staff at your center and being communicative and making sure that they know that you can't make it. When it comes to confidentiality, this is just making sure that we're respecting the privacy of our students. That also is touched on more in the agreement. So making sure that we're not taking pictures, making sure we're respecting our student space and again, our privacy. If you're sick, again, this also goes for COVID. Please just make sure you're staying home and you're also letting the staff at your center know. You want to make sure you're keeping germs at home and not spreading anything. So if you're feeling any feverish or just not feeling too well, just make sure you let the staff again at your center know. Again, we'll make sure we're respecting boundaries. So that goes for touching and also conversationally, making sure we're not talking about things that students might not be comfortable talking about, making sure we're all respecting one another's boundaries. If you feel like anything for you personally has been asked and you feel like a boundary has been violated, please make sure you're going to go out and reach to the staff at your center. You can go ahead and communicate to that, communicate them to that. So please remember that the students at our site are young. So let's make sure that we're keeping jokes very safe, nothing inappropriate. It's the same for making sure we're not pulling out our phones and showing funny things, things that might not be appropriate for all ages. Again, same again for respecting personal boundaries. So please no initiating touches or hugs. If you feel like maybe a student reaches out and they want a hug, it's okay if you want to kind of just correct it with a fist bump, that's okay. We also want to make sure that we're not taking any photos or videos of students as well. When it comes to no asking personal questions or sensitive topics, again, make sure we're respecting boundaries conversationally and physically. So you all do have obviously responsibilities as volunteers. So if you look on the checklist, there'll be a checklist that each of your site staff will have for you at each of your properties. It'll have a list of items and things that you can complete for the day. If you ever feel like you have some time in your hands, you're not sure what to do, you can check in with the staff at your center and they can show you what that checklist, where that checklist is and what's on it. And you can more than likely find something to kind of take up some time if you have some free time. And then again, as responsibilities, obviously we want you guys to have fun and enjoy summer camp this year. But just making sure that we're respecting our time, each other's time, and not talking listening when we need to, and all that good stuff. So obviously enjoy yourselves, but keeping too much social talking at a minimum. We also want to make sure that we're not pulling out our cell phones too often. If you need to send a quick text message or obviously email, phone call to parents, family members, anyone in need, by all means, go ahead, but just making sure we're not pulling it out on a casual basis. And then when it comes to attire, again, they talk about this in the volunteer agreement. Everyone will have a t-shirt, so you'll be able to put that t-shirt on over your bathing suit, making sure we're wearing long shorts, and making sure that just in case, because you're in the pool, you're playing, you would hate for a top to get pulled or anything like that. So just making sure we're wearing a t-shirt when we're in the pool. And then if you guys have any questions at all while you're participating in camp, please feel free to reach out to the staff. They're there to answer any of your questions and obviously support you throughout the 6 weeks of camp. So please feel free to reach out to them and they can help you in any way that you need. Okay, so these are just basic questions that we talked about all throughout the last of the volunteer agreement. But just to make sure you're reaching out to the right people when you do have questions, and these questions do come up. If you're sick or running late or you want to switch days, reach out to the staff at your center. If you're busy and you don't know what to do, you have some free time, you can check in with the staff at your center. If you're looking for something and you can't find it, you can reach out to the staff at your center. And then if you have a friend who wants to volunteer, because we do have availability still left, definitely reach out to me. I can go ahead and find a slot to go ahead and fill them in. And then I'll try my best and try and schedule you guys together if that's something you guys want. But otherwise, I'll go ahead and see if I can find availability for either one of you. And if you're having trouble connecting with the staff at the center, you can also reach out to me. Okay. So I will go over really quickly who you will be contacting at your specific site before you go ahead and go out into breakout rooms. So you'll also get their information and their contact information in the breakout room itself. But if you would like to go ahead and just take a picture of the screen, you can. I know Apex, you're probably wondering why there is no contact, but you'll get the details in your breakout room. So Apex is this building right here, just so you guys can have a visual before you actually show up at the centers. So Apex is this building, this white building over here. Fort Henry is this brown building down at the bottom. Gates of Boston is this brown building over here at the top, and then Harvey Hall is here at the bottom. This is Virginia Gardens again at the top, and then Woodbury at the bottom. Okay, so from here, we'll go ahead and break out into breakout rooms. So everyone should know their site location, but send a message in the chat if you're unsure. We'll go ahead and break out, and your staff will go ahead and give you more details about driving there, the schedule, pool and field days, all the good stuff. So we'll go ahead and break out into breakout rooms now.
Hopefully it came up so that people can choose their breakout room. Is that what happened? That y'all can see your choices? Can anybody confirm with me that it worked?
I cannot don't have anything, but we had a question where I really was, so. Allison Sheehan, is that
You're definitely at Fort Henry, so you can't see that? Can
Thanks,
anybody,
Laura.
does anybody have a choice and they're going, yes, I see that some people are doing that.
I do not have.
I press they join a group, but they don't, I'm here.
There you are.
Hi, Norma.